Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at. Welcome to another episode of Afrivue Now. This is episode 729, 2022. Hope all is well with everybody out there. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe to Afrivue everywhere, okay? We're talking about YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. Check us out. Follow us. Connect with us there. And also, if you are interested in interviews and sending stories, please email afrivue@gmail.com, all right? We're definitely interested in having people on the show so we can actually talk about what they got going on, okay? So we just won't only be talking about what's going on in the world, but we'd like to know what you got going on. So if you're interested, send us an email, afrivue@gmail.com. That is AFRIVUE@gmail.com. So definitely, man, it's a beautiful day. It's Friday, man. Friday, okay? Friday, and this is big, I think this is this is the last Friday of the actual year, okay? I mean, why I said year? I mean the last Friday of the month, all right? The month of July. July was a pretty interesting month, man. A lot happened, of course, across the world. As we know, we've been going through it. But we're going into August, which is, usually it's the end of summer, basically. And kids are going back to school. The usual routine of school, traffic, all that comes back, So, but definitely, man, August is here, Leo season. And that's definitely my season. My birthday is coming up August 10th. So most definitely happy birthday to myself. All right. So if you are a Leo and you have a birthday and you listening to the show, or you have listened to the show, you follow, support, whatever it is, send us an email. We'll look into it and we'll definitely give you a shout out for your birthday. Because the show is every day, Monday. Well, not every day, but weekly. Weekly, Monday through Friday, we publish a show. And we will have a set time when the show will be published, or the time that the show will be published. And we'll go from there. It'll come into play as time goes on, because we're still in phase 1. And I want to make sure that I got other things besides the publishing time in order, all right? So, but happy Friday. Get ready for the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. I know some of y'all at work right now, and you just can't wait to get off and unwind and get into the nightlife, all right? But make sure you enjoy your weekend safely. Protect yourself at all times. And always be safe, all right? We have an interesting show today. Every show is interesting, man, so it doesn't matter, man. We have great conversations. Well, I by myself, but I provide information, okay? It's an informative show, very informative show. We always talk about, or I'm always talking about, some of the things that's going on in the world, but this show is Afrocentric and basically Black Afrocentric show. But we also do, report news and everything across the globe, but and also primarily the continent of Africa. So, but once again, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, follow, hit the bell, all of the things that's necessary to keep up with us, to make sure you know what's going on with Afrivue Now, Afrivue as a whole. you can actually go to Afrivue.com. Like, just type in Afrivue.com. It'll take you to our YouTube platform, where we actually publish all our content. And that's our primary YouTube channel right now. We do have other YouTube channels, but right now the primary one that we're focused on in regards to content, production, broadcasting, and everything, it will be the Afrivue.com. Go to Afrivue.com, and then you'll be able to subscribe there as well. Okay. And so basically, like I said, subscribe, like, follow. Find this. You can find this everywhere. Twitter, Afrivue. Make sure y'all check us out on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Got to get more active, and I for the purpose of the podcast, I got to get more active and getting the content out there and everything like that. So, it's the commitment that I got to make. All right. So, but I hope everything's well where you at in the world. Blessings to everybody out there chasing their dreams. Keep chasing your dreams. Don't stop. Keep going, okay? Sometimes it's not the person in your life or the friends or the haters that gets in the way or prevent you from, getting there. Sometimes it's you, okay? So get out your own way and make things happen, all right? And yeah, man. So make things happen. Make sure, for me, y'all can follow me, the Sage Experience Show, on Facebook and also Instagram. I do not have a TikTok, nor do I have a Twitter or TikTok accounts that I actively use. Okay, so this will be the best. I mean, the Sage Experience Show and the Sage Experience Show on Facebook, both of them. Only best place to really catch me really is the Instagram. But once again, too many social medias to handle, and I just don't want to put, be all over the place. All right. So make sure y'all follow me, man. Like, share, comment, all of that, everything that you need. Make sure y'all also go to the Sage Experience Show YouTube channel. Subscribe there as well. All right. So we're gonna get the show started, man. Once again, Afrivue Now podcast, a daily podcast where we have Afrocentric news and also news related to the continent of Africa, diaspora news. We also go over black facts, historical facts, and we also have a featured topic of the day on every show. All right. So this just give you a rundown. If this is your first time listening to the show, you can tune in with us, share, like, comment, tell everybody about it. All right. So Afrivue Now, we also are going to be on Apple soon, and we also putting it on Spotify and a few other platforms, so you can actually access it there. You can also listen to the show, clips of it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and etc. So, but everything primarily goes back to the YouTube channel, Afrivue.com as well, which leads there. All right. So as we're going to get the show started, man, yesterday's show, this is show number 4, right? And episode 729, 2022. Yesterday's episode, we talked about quite a few things, man. We talked about the recession, of course, right? Let me, because I kind of forgot what we actually did talk about. We talked about a lot. So we had the recession. We talked about the recession, and we also talked about Somalia. Somalia wanting to join the EAC. The EAC, which is the Eastern African or the East African Community. All right, the East African Community, which is about 9, I believe it's 9 or 10 countries at the moment that are pretty much our union. Let's just say that they're a union where they will find a way to economize and also have a currency and etc. to make that area, flourish and grow, basically. All right. So we also talked about Vic Mensa and also Chance the Rapper. Yes, Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa and Chance the Rapper, right? They actually started a festival called a Black Star Line Festival, named after Marcus Garvey's ship that actually distributed goods, items, and he put this together with a group of black people that invested. Okay, look him up, UNIAA. Checking him out, Marcus Garvey. You should know his story. His story deserved to have a movie. All of that. Okay, but we talked about his their Black Star Line festival that's being hosted in Accra, Ghana, January, okay, of next year, of course. I'm assuming they will be part of the lineup. I don't know who's part of the lineup at the moment, but I will get more information for you and keep you up to date with that. Shout outs to them two right there, man. Vic Mensa and Chance the Rapper. That's big. That's definitely going to help the continent and help it grow and bring more people to the actual, country, okay? I'm almost, the country, all right? So, shout outs to those two. We also talked about the young man, WizKid, man, being nominated for the most Headies Awards, which will be hosted in the Cobb County Energy Center, I believe. I don't remember exactly what I read yesterday, but it's going to be held here in Atlanta, and that's dope. So I'll have a chance to attend. So check it out. Headies Awards, okay? Check it out online. Tim's is also nominated, DeVito, and a couple other artists. Shout out to the artists and everybody that's working hard to be recognized, all right? So most definitely, man. So it was a dope show, man. And we what else was there? Let me see. Okay, we talked about Black Panther 2. Black Panther 2 came out. The trailer was released. Okay, the trailer was released, and most definitely it was a dope trailer. We're excited about it. It just was a little bit more. It was just a little bit more emotional than we expected because of the image they had in the trailer, and the way they showed Chadwick, and to actually know that he's dead in real life and also dead in the movie, man. But definitely got to check that out. I don't remember the date that the date I read. I do not remember the date I read, but hey, it's coming out. You'll see it all over, of course. Black Panther 2. Make sure y'all check it out and support Black Panther 2, man. And we also that pretty much that was about it, I believe. I mean, cause I don't remember much of anything else we talked about. But we also did talk about China and the United States. We will be talking about that on the show today. We also got monkeypox that we'll be talking about today. We got a racist cop outburst, okay, that recently happened in Cincinnati. We got a car built with waste, all right. This is dope. I didn't watch the video. Everything is pretty much fresh and new to me as I add the content to my itinerary or the list of things for me to go through. I just pick it out right then and there. I do not read it or watch the videos. Some of the videos I may watch, but not all of them. 90% of it is usually fresh news to me, just as it is fresh news to you, if that's what it is, according to if you're listening. And we also got global inflation and recession that we're talking about today, okay? The Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Project. That's dope. That is very dope, and I'm excited about that project. So we'll be talking about that, all right? So we got a lot to talk about on this show, man, and I appreciate everybody that's tuned in, that has supported Afrivue, that will continue to support Afrivue. Like, share, comment, tell a friend, hit the bell, do all the things that's necessary to keep up with us, all right?
Welcome to Afrivue. Our vision is to merge the continent through our content.
Indeed. Yes, that Afrivue is a different platform. We're just building when we get in there, and growth, development, all that is a part of growing as an entrepreneur. So, but welcome to the show, Afrivue. Now, right now, we're gonna go to in the news segment. Most definitely, we got some news for you guys. As always, this is a daily news podcast, all right? And you can catch this podcast where? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Primarily, you'll catch the full episode only on YouTube, okay? Only on YouTube. And that's pretty much the only place you'll catch the full episode, unless you catch the full episode on Facebook via a link, or maybe a particular episode that we will upload because we just want that episode to actually get more traffic, or help us bring more traffic, back to the domain name. The domain is afrivue.com. That is AFRIVUE.com. All right. So this segment is sponsored. I was about to say supported and sponsored by Afrivue News. All right. Make sure y'all go to afrivue.com and also subscribe to the Afrivue News YouTube channel. All right. There's nothing there right now, but just subscribe, okay? Because there will be some things there in the future. All right. So, as I told you, we got some news, man, and we spoke about Ghana in the recap because, like I said, Black Star Line Festival is going down January 6th, okay? January 6th is going down, Accra, Ghana, hosted and founded by Vic Mensa and none other than Chance the Rapper, man. It's gonna be dope. So we spoke about that in the recap, and that's related to Ghana. And we got some more good news related to Ghana. All right. Although Ghana's going through a crisis right now, because a lot of people's going through issues and crisis right now. We got issues in America. We got problems in South America, all over the world. Okay, it's almost biblical. All right, but this is good news for Ghana. All right, and this is basically, this news right here is anytime a project or something is built in Africa that's going to help trade, transportation, and pretty much improve the economy. It's important. It's a celebration. Okay, it's important we celebrate it as well. So this is a huge celebration. I'm happy to to announce that Ghana is going to let me get to the story. So Ghana has a new train system, okay? And according to Africa Trends TV, check them out. Africa Trends TV. That's Africa with a K, okay? Africa Trends TV is a YouTube channel and platform. Subscribe to the channel, and I follow them as well, and I get a lot of content from them whenever they do publish. At one point, I binged on some of that content because it helped me in getting to know what's going on in Africa, right? But they're saying that Ghana new train system will be the top train system in Africa. This is my first time watching the video, so you guys will get to. Well, I'm watching it, and when I cut the clip for YouTube, I will add the video in there as well. Okay. So just to make it just for extra content, all right? And we also will give credit to the actual individual's YouTube channel as well, all right? So this video is 5 minutes long. You're gonna hear, but you can check on YouTube, of course, on Africa Trends TV, or you can Google Ghana new train system and you'll find it, all right? While you're listening, I'm sure you can probably go find it and see it yourself. Here we go.
Countries all over the world recognize the importance of an effective rail network because it is the most efficient, the quickest and cheapest method of transporting people and goods in the world. Railway have the ability to improve transportation, income, infrastructure, development and productivity. Ghana's government believes that investing in railway infrastructure will accelerate the country's economic development because 96% of its transportation is by road. Welcome to Africa Trends TV, the channel that has been created to promote Ghana internationally in a positive way. Subscribe and join the community. Ghana's government will sign an agreement next week with Thilo DB Consortium for a $3.2 billion project to develop and make operational its Western Railway line. Thelo DB is a South African railway entity incorporated between Thelo Ventures, an African industrial company,
That's
and
dope.
Germany's Deutsche Bahn Engineering and Consulting, DB. The Thelo DB consortium also includes Ghanaian partner Transtech Consult. Ghana's railway sector has a long story with no obvious ending in sight. From its glorious days before Ghana became independent to this day, it's a bittersweet story. The Western Railway line runs a total of 339 kilometers, 210 miles, from Takoradi Port to Kumasi, but only 66 kilometers is operational, according to the website of Ghana's Ministry of Railways Development, where it is listed as a priority project. 2 mines are on this route, including the Ghana Manganese mine at Nsuta and a bauxite mine at Awaso, which used to use the railway until it collapsed, according to the ministry. The line also goes through Ghana's cocoa-growing regions, and cocoa used to be transported in significant quantities by rail until 2006. Transportation of cement, mining equipment and petroleum will also benefit from construction of the rail line. Ronnie Ntuli, chairman of Thelo DB, said in a statement that, when completed, Western Railway Line project will transform Ghana's existing railway infrastructure base into a modern, robust and integrated railway system with the associated infrastructure to position Ghana's rail network as a leading transport system in Africa.
That's dope. That's dope. I love that, man. And shout outs to Ghana. Shout outs to the projects that each and every country has got going on. That's good, man. Because I said it before, we played the video. It's going to help them economically, man. It's going to take Ghana to the next level. Transportation, trade, those things are going to be much better. Everything's going to get better in those industries, period. Okay? So that's great because transportation is very important, especially affordable transportation, especially in a big country like Ghana. Ghana's a huge country, it's not small. I know it's way bigger than Florida, I can tell you that. And I think its population is about 30 million. So, but a train system, definitely, across the continent. Not continent, but the country, from North Ghana to South and East and West. That would definitely be helpful, man. So shout outs to Ghana, man. Shout outs to the company that's helping, which is DB Construction, and it's going to be a $3.2 billion project. Okay, or it was a I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's a $3.2 billion project. I don't know when it will be launched or open for service. Well, no, I don't see anything. So, okay, yep, pretty much, man. So, shout outs to Ghana, man. That's great news right there, man. And this is West African news, man. Great news for West Africa, period. And I can't wait to see what it's like, because Ghana's one of my favorite countries there, so I will definitely be I will definitely get on it, okay, or use it, or would like to see what's going on with it while it's being developed, and then jump on it, man, just for a little quick ride. These are things that are important and need to be celebrated, but at the same time looked at as great things for Africa, period. Okay, not just Ghana, but Africa, because I'm hoping that they have a train system that can connect through the entire continent somehow, some way. Except for the Sahara, of course. Maybe they could make that work too. I don't. The way things are engineered these days, it's possible. Trust me. Look at Dubai. All right. So we're going into the next news, man. This is dope, man. And this is coming straight from DRC, Eastern DRC students, all right? And when I see things like this, man, I always want to talk about it. Not everybody is interested in news that's related to projects and news that is related to, technology, science, a lot. But this right here is big and it's important. And I like these things, man, to talk about these types of things because it's just fascinating how kids or students, period, because I'm a little older, so I'll say kids, but students, all right. And these students in the DRC, they built a car with waste material. And this is the beautiful thing about Africa. It's that they whatever they have and whatever they can use, they'll make it happen. And they built a car out of waste. All right. I'm going to play the video. This video is from africanews.com. Once again, I'm always going to give them a shout out in every YouTube channel that I play their video or content. I will shout them out and tell you to subscribe. But you got to go to africanews.com. Dope platform. I love their platform. They also have a YouTube channel as well. Follow them all their platforms. I follow them on all of their platforms. All right. And this is coming from their platform, africanews.com, directly their website. Check them out. It's free to subscribe and all that, man. So it don't cost nothing.
In this Goma factory floor east of DRC, students are busy at their workstations. They are in their 6th year of mechanic studies at the Goma Institute of Technology and Industry. They have built a vehicle with waste material after 2 years of work. This achievement has been a source of pride for the group and the teacher, and today the training continues. Each time we repair a car engine, if it is a diesel car, we always check whether the injection pump is working and ensure that it delivers a consistent flow according to the data of the settings. The students aged between 15 and 20 have used all the technical skills they've acquired to build Mad Max. It is the name they chose for the vehicle shaped like the safari model
Mad
of
Max.
the British car manufacturer Land Rover. In order to make their dream a reality, the group of 12 students had to overcome material and financial hardships. And their efforts paid off.
And that's what I love, man. It doesn't matter. Material and financial hardship did not stop them.
As the impact has exceeded their expectations. When the project was completed, we saw the joy of inhabitants of the city, and suddenly everyone was interested in our project. They promoted it on social media, which proved their intention. But we need funding. They may have intention, which is important, but without funding, it remains insufficient.
Which is always the problem, man. Funding. That's, oh, man.
As time passes, we are sure investors will come. Since we used some discarded elements, we cannot give in detail the sum of money we invested in this project, but it cost us around $2,500. Thanks to the car we built, we would like for the world and for the Democratic Republic of Congo to know that there are talents in the DRC, and that
That's talent. That's talent. That's the geniuses, man. Okay.
the young
Period.
people that we supervised are able to
They are
make great
geniuses.
things. They started with waste material and were able to turn them into something visible.
Parce que partant des éléments de récupération, ils sont en mesure de matérialiser quelque chose de visible.
The vehicle was built using scrap metal and works with a diesel engine. Mad Max uses 1 liter of
Wow.
oil for 7 kilometers, which enables the car fuel consumption to meet international standards. To develop other samples of this prototype, the students hope for the Congolese government and other benefactors to help them reach the next step.
Wow, that's dope, man. I mean, that's dope. You guys couldn't see it, but of course, on YouTube you'll be able to see it. Okay, if you watch the actual individual clip itself, that is dope right there. That these young men, okay, because that's all I see there is young men that actually put a car together, developed a car with waste, man. I don't even know how old they are. They look real young. They look like they are teenagers, man. And it's always every project, man. Funding. Okay? Funding. like it never seems. It's always the problem, man. Funding, man, and I just hope that they get funding, they find funding, and hopefully somebody could do a GoFundMe that can actually help them get out there and get the funding they need, because that's a dope project. It'll keep the kids out of the streets. You can actually probably manufacture the trucks or the vehicles, and then sell them at because he said it cost him 2,000 something to build it. Sell them things for like 4,000, or sell them for maybe maybe no, not 8,000. Okay, that's a little too much. I'll say 4,000 will be great. And then take some of the profits and put it into the country. But it looks dope to me, man. I like it. I will always bring up some of these projects on the show, and this is how we do, man. I love showing love to the youth that's doing great things, especially projects that are done when there's by any means necessary, no funding and the lack of resources and material, and then they made it happen no matter what. Okay, no excuse. All right, that's what they telling me. No excuse. All right. So now, okay, this story right here, the next one, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment, all of that, man. Okay, everything. Follow us on everything. Do not lack. Okay, follow us. It's free to follow us at that. Follow us, man. Support us, and let me get into the list. This right here is I didn't watch the video. As I said, almost every video or an article, it's fresh for me too. So if it's fresh to you and this is my first time watching the video, or if it's fresh to me too as well. So basically, so you get an idea to know that I'm just everything is basically fresh news to me. Okay, as it is to you. This is coming from another one of my favorite YouTube channels, man. Check them out. This is African Diaspora News Channel, okay? ADNC, okay? ADNC. Check them out, man. This is one of the platforms that I love as well. So check them out, subscribe, like, okay? And this story right here is I believe the title says Maritana. I guess that's the name of the individual, because when I pressed play, I saw a young lady, but I didn't hear anything after that or see anything after that. But it says African women are experiencing slavery-like working conditions in Oman. I don't know what Oman is located, but we about to find out right now in this video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share, everything, all right?
Salibonani unjani makadihenyu. Hello everyone, welcome back to another broadcast of the African Diaspora News Channel with me, your host, Maritawana aka Wokohontas Sitole Imali. And of course, if you're just joining us for the first time, you're most definitely welcome. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this broadcast. And of course, hit that notification bell for more content. Now, today, unfortunately, I have sad news. Today, we're talking about Zim maids that have been lured to slavery in Oman. Now, scores of Zimbabwean women employed as domestic workers in the Middle Eastern country of Oman are being subjected to deplorable, horrible living and working conditions that include constant beatings, overwork, unemployment, and forced labor. An official investigation has concluded. Now, the Zimbabwean embassy in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates, has established that some local employment agents working in collusion with criminal syndicates in the Middle Eastern country were luring Zimbabwean women to the Sultanate through false promises of well-paying jobs before trading them off into virtual slavery. Now, the embassy recently dispatched senior officials on a consular visit to Muscat, the capital city of Oman, after being inundated with calls from several Zimbabwean women employed as domestic workers raising alarm about their poor working conditions. Now, Councillor Onismo Chigesho led an official delegation from the embassy on a 2-day fact-finding mission to Moscow, the capital, on the 18th of February, where the team learned of the harrowing conditions Zimbabweans are experiencing, workers in the country are experiencing. Now, it was established that most of the women had their passports confiscated and on arrival and were being forced to see out their 2-year employment contracts in spite of the poor working conditions. Now, some of the employers are reportedly demanding up to $2,500 from the women in return for their own freedom. Now, most of the domestic workers were earning between $60 only to $80 per month. Now, a report from Zimbabwe's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates,
Wow.
Lovemore Mazemo, addressed to Foreign Affairs and International Trade Secretary Ambassador James Manzou in a position of the Sunday Mail, outlines in detail the appalling conditions some of the domestic workers are living under. It says that several women had developed suicidal tendencies on account of the harsh living conditions. Now, Ambassador Mazemo proposed a government ban on migration by Zimbabweans to Oman to work as maids. Government, reads the report, should assist the women with financial support to buy their freedom back. Now, the report actually says, Secretary, from the consular visit, the embassy noted that Zimbabwean maids in Oman are working under conditions that lay themselves considered to be forced labor or slavery. Now, it goes on to say that some of the challenges that they are facing, including working for between 15 to 18 hours per day with no rest,
Wow.
no off days even when one is sick.
Wow. So, I mean, I don't even have to continue playing the video. Shouts to African Diaspora News Channel. Make sure I subscribe, like, comment to their channel. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. Support them, all right? And that's sad news, man, to hear, you know, and in 2022, man, you know, things got 18-hour days. That's crazy. Sometimes barely any rest, even while sick, and getting paid only $60. Okay. Wow. That's crazy right there. And Zimbabwe, you know, as we talking about Zimbabwe, we talked about Zimbabwe just a couple days ago, right? Because Zimbabwe just came out with a gold coin, and the gold coin, which is their currency, their new currency, and they're pegging it to the gold that they have in their country, right? And part of the reason they're doing that is because, according to, you know, people that are business owners, traders in Zimbabwe, there is because of inflation in America, as we're going to be talking about global inflation and recession today, because of inflation in America, the Zimbabwe dollar, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Shillings, is it a shilling? I gotta learn. But Zimbabwe, the Zimbabwe currency has been devalued, or the value is not even the same. So it's like the people that don't even want the country's own currency, they prefer the U.S. dollar overall, period, because, you know, the dollar to the Zimbabwe currency ratio is so high. I mean, I was watching something on it the other day, so I don't really know what's the actual rate. Okay, what $1 to, you know, how much it is in Zimbabwe. Okay, but the people there are saying they don't even want Zimbabwe currency, because they say, yo, it's not even worth it, because the way inflation's working right now, it's not even worth buying the items or products or even paying for it in the country's money, you know, because of inflation there and also inflation here in the United States. So, and then, you know, to talk about this story here, where the conditions of women, you know, some of the women that they're reporting right here in this actual story, where they are, you know, working 18-hour days and they're only getting $60, you know, and they probably don't mind working those days, because they're getting $60, which is better than getting their country's currency right now, especially with inflation. So it's a lot going on right now people are dealing with. I hope the best for them, man. This is a sad story to hear. And definitely, we're gonna go. We hope the best for them, and we got to continue the show. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and tell your friends about it, man. All right, this is one of the featured topics here, man. This is the Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Project. As I told you on our show, we're gonna talk about projects. We're gonna have interviews with politicians, artists. We're gonna talk about economics, finance. We're gonna talk about trading, stocks, crypto. We're gonna talk about a lot of things that has to do with, the world in the sense of economy, industries, and stuff like that. So we always going to talk about projects, especially when it comes to a project that's related to the continent of Africa, because they're improving. And right now, Africa is in a new frontier age where things are going to be very different in the next 10 years. In the the Africa you'll be seeing in the next 10 to 50, let's just say the next 20 years, just to be more realistic of what could happen within 20 years. In 20 years, the Africa you see now will be a totally different Africa. A lot of projects are going on the continent, in all the countries. I just talked about Ghana with the train, okay? Yesterday, I believe we talked about, was it Ivory Coast wanted to be a major player in the oil industry, and they discovered oil. And then I think we talked about was it Ethiopia? I don't remember. We talked about a lot of things on this show, and in the show we'll continue to talk about these things. This is the reason why I'm saying that. All right, we will continue to talk about these things, these projects, because Africa is going to be totally different. It's going to be beautiful, and we're going to be a part of documenting and covering what's happening there with those particular projects. The Trans-Saharan Saharan Gas Pipeline is the latest project. This is a project between Algeria. Let me give you the exact. We're going to read the article to make it easier. All right, we're going to read the article. All right, and this is Algeria, Niger, and Nigeria move to next step on a Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline Project. All right, so shout out to Nigeria, Niger, and Algeria. Okay, they are. Hey, that pipeline definitely need to be in those three countries. They need to work together, because they all three have a connection in their name. Okay, all three of them. Okay, Algeria and Nigeria. Okay, Niger and Nigeria. Okay, so there's a connection in all the names. But Algerian, Nigerian, what? Okay, I always wanted to know, because it's Niger and Nigeria, right? So if they're Nigerian, I always wanted to know what. Now I know Niger, folks are Nigerian as well. I mean, I don't know, because this is coming from AfricaNews.com. This is coming straight from Africa, okay? Although I'm not in Africa, but I'm straight from Africa, if you get what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. Okay, but they are Nigerian, but it's Nigerian with an E instead of an A. I never knew that. Drop some bomb. I wish I had. Wow. Like, this is like a wow moment. I always wanted to know that, but now that I know that, I don't have to go looking for that information. And this is something like, one of those thoughts you had, like, man, I need to know this information, and then you forget what you wanted to search, or, what you were thinking about, basically. That was one of those days. One of those days I was like, man, I gotta see, is Nigerian, this is the same thing. And then, probably had one of those, brain fart days, and I forgot, and it's just, and this could have been something 10 years ago, all right? Even maybe even longer. But it says Algerian, Nigerian, and Nigerian energy. That's weird. Energy ministers signed on Thursday a memorandum of understanding for the construction of a 4,000 gas pipeline across the Sahara Desert that will supply Europe an additional gas, the Algerian news agency APS wrote. The Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline, TSGP, should send billions of cubic meters of Nigerian gas to Algeria via Niger. Okay, that's beautiful. That's dope. Algeria will then send it to the countries of the European. Oh, that's dope. Algeria sent it to the countries of the European, the gas. Okay, via. Okay, this person didn't write it proper. Algeria will send typo. Okay, Algeria will then send it to the countries of the European area via the Transmed, which connects to the country to Italy through Tunisia, and LGN, liquefied natural gas, transported by tankers. The Algerian Minister of Energy and Mines, Mohamed Arkab, and his counterparts from Nigeria, Tempre Silva, and Niger's Mohamed Sani Mahamudu, okay, co-signed the Memorandum of Understanding in Algiers during a third tripartite, let me know, a meeting, okay, during the third meeting. Ha! So they first discussed aspects of the project, including the status of progress, according to APS. For the moment, no indication has been given as to when the project will be completed. There's a lot of projects in Africa that have been that started but has not been completed. They're in the midst of the project. We don't know, if they will ever be completed, but we pray and we hope all the necessary words that we need to use that let these projects get done. Okay, all the forces of the energies, all the gods from Egypt, everything, whatever. Let these projects get done, man. Okay, we just wanted it's time for Africa. Okay, so I'm pretty much gonna stop right there, man. So we don't know when the project's gonna be completed, but I hope that it's completed very soon. This way, Africa and Nigeria can actually grow as an economy, GDP grow, and then they can take that country to the next level and employ more people. That's definitely going to help. So I don't know when it's going to get started. It started, but I don't know when it's going to complete it. But whenever it does, hope Afrivue now is here to actually give you the news and the scoop and cover it for you. All right. So that's pretty much all in the news right there, man. We're going to be right back with more news from around the world. All right. Around the world segment is basically news around the world. Okay. Anything outside of Africa. Make sure you send your emails if you're interested. Okay. And interview requests, or you have stories that you want to talk about, or send to us so we can actually talk about it on the show. Afrivue@gmail.com. Okay. Once again, it's Afrivue@gmail.com. That's AFRIVUE@gmail.com. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms. Just type in Afrivue, you'll find us. Make sure you go to Afrivue.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel there, because that's where it leads you to. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to Afrivue. Our vision is to merge the continent through our content. Merging the continent is the ultimate goal.
Yes, definitely is the ultimate goal, is to merge the continent. All right, merging the continent is the ultimate goal with Afrivue. All right, so like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in, listened to the previous shows, that has supported, shared it, liked it, comment. It's not easy doing this, but you gotta stay committed. That's the main idea. Stay committed. And we will definitely move forward with developing this show as we have talked about in the past, and we will go into the future and making this show become one of the most popular shows out here. That's the main idea. All right. And so we just talked about a lot of things, man, earlier, and so much is going on in the world right now. So definitely will help the daily show. Okay. We'll never run out of things to talk about. Okay. Pretty much. I have a high IQ, so and I'm pretty much good in all general topics. So we'll talk about a lot of things on this show. From technology to sports, music. What else? I mean, it's nothing that I really can't. I mean, if I gotta learn, I will learn. I will, find a book about it or watch a documentary or watch videos or tutorials. Okay, yeah, that's the type of person I am. All right, so yes, most definitely, man. So far the show's been good, man. The previous shows, we still learning, we still getting everything together. Like I said, Afrivue is Monday through Friday. We publish shows on YouTube. We also publish on Podbean, which also will get us published on Spotify, Apple, and wherever else it distributes. Okay, you can catch us and follow us on all the social media platforms. All right. So, but definitely Monday through Friday is the show. Monday is going to be Mobile Money Monday, where we do mobile money giveaway, where we give away Cash App or World Remit, okay? Because World Remit works well with U.S. based banks, okay? So if I need to send the funds to somebody in Nigeria, any country that pretty much uses MTN, Airtel, and I think it's another company, I'll let you know what company that is, all right? So whatever country takes those companies, we'll send it to you. That's why I call it mobile money, because I can send it through Cash App and et cetera. So Mobile Money Monday. Then we have Tuesday, which is Timeline Tuesday, where I select, random news from people's timeline and talk about what's going on, either with their lives, because it's public. Whenever you do have a post, most likely it's public. Or go to a timeline of a particular news platform instead, all right? Then we have Wednesday, which is Women Wednesday, where we go over women news, cover women news, and also we highlight and interview women. All right. Thursdays, Throwback Thursdays, history, sports, etc. All right. And Friday is Black Friday, where we talk about black businesses. All right. And that's the rundown of the show, man. So welcome. Make sure y'all subscribe, download, listen, like, all of that, man. I appreciate y'all. All right. So in the news right now, we just passed in the news. Right now we're doing around the world, right? Okay, what's going on around the world? We definitely gonna have different names for these in the future, right? But for now, that's what it is. All right. So, around the world right now, monkeypox is something that is being talked about in quite a few media platforms. I'm not gonna talk. I mean, I wanted to show a video about it, but it's pretty much kind of like chicken pox, but just monkeypox. I probably should have put it together because I've seen it together, the whole word, both words combined together to make monkeypox. But I just didn't know if I was doing it right or wrong, whatever. But it's out there. The cases are growing. More media is covering it, and we don't know, what it's going to head. So. Pay attention, be safe out there, social distance if you have to, that's what you want to do. Wear a mask if that's what you want to do. Sanitize, that should be mandatory, okay, for anybody, all right? Anybody. So, monkeypox is out there, ladies and gentlemen, be safe. Make sure when you go out there in the public places that you are not, okay, that you are not, give me a second here. Yeah, that you are not compromised. Okay. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. The pandemic, we just had a pandemic 2 years ago, and now we haven't another one that could potentially be coming. Because even China, just like I said in the previous show, I think it was yesterday's show or the day before. We should show number 4. I mean, we consistent, man. 4 days in a row, that's dope, man. I'm proud of myself. We consistent. But yeah, I talked about Wuhan locking down 1 million people about a couple of days ago. So they have a homegrown virus, and Wuhan been locking down people for the past year. Okay, it's been lockdowns over there, back and forth, man. All right, so yeah, man, that's what it is, man. So Wuhan got all that going on right now. All right. So now we also do have we talked about the car built with waste. I already talked about that. Let me get to okay, just spoke about that. All right. So I'm just making sure I go over everything. All right. And this is this one I will play the video. Okay. I don't think I played the video yesterday. I don't remember. But as I can see and hear, of course, the video, but you can only hear. But you will be able to see it, all right, if you watch the clip and not watch or listen to the full version, okay? But this is the title of the video is China Threatens U.S. Over Taiwan, okay? Tensions over Pelosi's potential Taiwan visit. This is coming from Wuhan News, all right? Another one of my favorite platforms. I will always mention Wuhan News. I probably will have a video from Wuhan News every day, okay? Matter of fact, the next segment, which is called The Global Inflation and Recession, features by all Wuhan videos, okay? I mean, WeOn, okay? WeOn News, okay? This is WeOn, and it's a great platform. They're from India. Subscribe to their channel. Here we go.
US President Joe Biden held a telephonic conversation with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. During the 2-hour-long phone call, the Chinese President Xi Jinping warned Joe Biden against playing with fire over Taiwan. In a statement, the Chinese media quoted Xi Jinping and said that the United States should abide by the One China principle, further asserting how China firmly opposes Taiwan's independence and interference by external forces. However, according to a White House statement, Biden told Xi Jinping that the U.S. policy on Taiwan had not changed and that the U.S. strongly opposes unilateral efforts to change the status quo and undermine peace across the Taiwan Strait.
They exchange views on Russia's war in Ukraine and the global impacts it is having. And then on Taiwan, President Biden underscored that the United States policy has not changed and that the United States strongly opposes unilateral efforts to change the status quo or undermine peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. President Biden also raised the need to resolve the cases of American citizens who are wrongly detained or subject to exit bans in China, as well as longstanding concerns about human rights.
The call on Thursday came at a time when the American President Joe Biden is finding new ways to work with China amid growing global competition and tensions between the two countries over human rights, global health, and economic issues. In recent weeks, Beijing has issued escalating warnings over a potential visit to Taiwan by the United States House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi, saying that it would view such a trip as a provocation. Earlier this week, U.S. President Joe Biden had expressed concern over Pelosi's Taiwan visit, saying the U.S. military officials believed that it was not a good idea for Pelosi to visit the island right now. Apart from contention over Taiwan, U.S. President Joe Biden also touched on a raft of other issues, including China's genocide and forced labor practices. Meanwhile, a senior Biden administration official has said that both Biden and Xi Jinping discussed a possible face-to-face meeting during the call. And the last time the two leaders spoke was in March, which was shortly after Russia began its invasion of Ukraine.
All right. So pretty much you heard what's going on. All right. And that right there, it lets you know, man, things are gonna get worse, okay? Things are gonna get worse. Just pay attention and be prepared, cause it just sounds like things are just gonna get worse. So if you've been following the news regarding Taiwan and China situation is almost similar to what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, or was going on, because Russia was showing interest in Ukraine, border and everything like that prior to going into Ukraine. And China's pretty much doing the same thing in the ocean. They've been practicing doing military exercises and everything. So I talked about it yesterday, but I was just mentioning it. I wanted to mention it again because I didn't talk about the call. Okay, I didn't talk about the call, and didn't go in depth with the actual topic because of the folks mowing the lawn. Okay. Other than that, man, we hope for peace, man. Just peaceful situation, and we hope that the Ukraine and Russia thing can end in a peaceful situation, so we can actually get back to having a non-inflated economy, global economy. All right. So most definitely, and I had a video about a racist cop and an outburst, but I'm not gonna play that. But it was a young lady in Cincinnati. I'm not gonna play the video, but a young lady in Cincinnati that was on duty, and I guess some youngins showed her the finger. You know what finger I'm talking about, okay? And she didn't like it, and she said the N word, okay, with body cam on. I think she thought the body cam wasn't on, but it was on, okay, and there's no way for you to erase it, so it's over. So she said the N word. They gave her desk duty, and that's pretty much it with that story. All right, but I mean, if you're not, to me, I feel like the way she was reacting, they said, I think it was a traffic stop or something like that. She was reacting kind of weird, but I watched that video already, and I was going to play it, but now you can look it up for yourself. Cincinnati racist cop outburst. Just type that in, you'll find it. All right. So, we're about done here, man. We're about to wrap it up, man. Wrap it up. All right. So, shout out to everybody that's been supporting the platform, man. That's been doing all they can to support Afrivue and everything. All right. But we're going to go into the final segment of the show, which is the featured segment. All right. And this segment, man, we're talking about the global inflation and recession. All right. I'm going to play just a couple videos. I have many videos. Like I told you, this segment was going to be a We On News segment. Okay. Because there's all We On News videos. Okay. So shout out to We On News. All right. So yeah, shouts to We On News, one of my favorite platforms, man. And I will continue to support them. I'm subscribed to them, so you should be subscribed. If I'm subscribed, you should be subscribed. All right. So as we know, it's every inflation. I've never seen inflation all over the place like this. Like almost every country on this planet, okay, is dealing with inflation. All right. Even the fish in the sea, the octopus, they all dealing with inflation. You know how? Because they're getting killed and they cost more to buy fish. It costs more to buy fish, man. It's 18% more, okay? 18% more to buy fish, cattle, meat, okay? Let's just say meat. Let's just say meat and fish is 18% more, all right? That's how it affects them. Even the chicken, okay? Because the chicken, man, it's 33% more to buy a dozen eggs right now. Inflation is like, I've never seen it on this level before. I mean, 2008 was bad, but this has to be worse than 2008, in my opinion. I mean, this has to be. The stock crash, market crash, and housing crash, yeah, whatever. But we're talking about, and that was in America, but this is happening everywhere. You're talking about, like, countries are going bankrupt, food crisis, energy crisis, all types of crisis that just never happened. Even like the food crisis, not the food crisis, but the baby food crisis we had here for a few months here in the U.S. That's new. It didn't matter what happened in 2008, okay, with the market crashing and everything like that, but we did not have a formula shortage, okay? We did not have issues with formula. There was formula for everybody. There was enough formula to give away, okay? Formula was everywhere. But we have a formula shortage under this administration, and that's crazy. So it's a lot of things that's happening that's new for me, or for the first time I'm hearing or ever seeing it. and it's crazy. All right, so we're dealing with it everywhere, all over the place. And this video right here is a video from Fox. Okay, this is gonna be the only video that I actually play outside of WeOn. Okay, shout outs to Fox, man. Subscribe to Fox News. Also listen to and watch the news platform. And here we go.
The second straight quarter, that means the recession is well underway. As we say good morning, I'm Bill Hemmer. A ton to get to today, so we waste no time. How you doing?
We will waste no time at all. I'm Dana Perino. This is America's Newsroom, and this is exactly what the Biden administration anticipated would happen. They tried to get in front of it with messaging, but the numbers are the numbers. The Commerce Department announcing GDP shrank by 0.9%, and that is then the second consecutive quarter, which means that there is a recession.
And there's been this ongoing debate. You got to get out Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Okay, so we're going to define recession for you. Here's the bottom line. The Biden economy is shrinking as the Fed unleashes rapid-fire rate hikes to try and stave off the highest inflation we've seen in more than 40 years.
I don't think people in more than 40 years, you're talking about the highest inflation rate, okay? On top of that, with all the crisis that's going on.
Get right to it. Maria Bartiromo joins us now. Maria, good morning to you. Go ahead and give us the news, because they projected 0.5% on the positive side. The number was a negative 0.9. We missed it by a 1.5 points, right?
Yes, that's right. Good morning to you both. We are now in recession, and we can confirm that because it is 2 quarters straight of contraction.
And the way it's looking, it might be a third straight quarter, like right now it's 0.9, negative 0.9. It looks like it could be negative 0.6 or 0.5, okay? And because of gas prices being a little higher, okay, because I believe, because quarter 2 would be April, May, June, okay, and in quarter 3 be July, August, September. So July, August, September gonna be even worse, man. It's gonna be even worse. I know people gonna be shopping and buying, items for school, clothes and stuff like that, but it's not gonna make a huge impact. People still are not trying to go nowhere and spend money like that because it's bad.
The economy shrank in the second quarter by 0.9%, on top of shrinking in the first quarter by 1.6%. Now, so far, all of the commentary that I'm hearing is talking about a shrinking of the economy, but the good news for the economy is that job growth has stayed strong. And that was why some people were questioning, well, maybe it's different this time. It's hard to believe that job growth can be up to 300,000 in 1 month when, in fact, you are in a recession. What's different this time is that we did have an inventory buildup. In other words, a lot of companies were holding on to inventory because of those supply chain shocks. When they were able to get the supplies that they needed, they were built up and weren't able to sell them. So at the end of the quarter, companies were complaining that they had too much inventory and they needed to mark stuff down. And that led to some expectations, well, maybe inflation is peaking. I see no evidence that inflation is peaking right now. We are at 40-year highs.
I don't, me either. I agree. I see it getting worse. With all the stuff that I'm consuming in news, politics, and documentaries and content over the internet. I mean, not just content like YouTube videos and stuff like that. I'm talking about like charts and actual data, okay, that I'll be looking at. I'll be looking at data from housing sales and data from the price for houses and and seeing how it relates from charts relating back all the way to 2008. I mean, I'm looking at data from employment, stuff like that. So, but I see it getting worse.
However, we did see oil prices come off of the highs of the year in the month of July. So maybe in July we get a better, more manageable consumer price index than the current 9.1% that we have right.
Do I think the CPI data is going to get worse? I think it's going to actually get worse, but just like small, like 0.2 or something like that. I think it's going to go from 9.1% to 9.3.
Now, there is reason to believe inflation comes down in July, but it can go right back up again. The bottom line here is the economy is troubled. Don't forget, 3 million fewer people are working today than before the pandemic. We are producing less oil than before the pandemic, and we are no...
That's big right there. Less oil than before the pandemic.
longer in growth mode. We are in a...
And why are we producing less oil? The information's out there. You got to research, man. Go look it up.
Shrinking mode. The economy got smaller, not just in the first quarter, but the second quarter as well. Dana, you just mentioned the White House tried to manage this, get in front of the number, tell us a recession is not a recession. We all know what a recession is. This is what economists have counted on for as long as I've been covering this, and that's 30 years. 2 quarters of contraction is a recession. No matter how you feel about it or no matter what you want to call it, people are feeling pressure. They're paying 35% more for a dozen eggs than they were last.
35% more, okay? In 1 year. In 1 year. And some folks said this was going to happen, man. Folks said this was going to happen. Okay? And I can give you some names. Glenn Beck. Check out Glenn Beck, man. Go to Glenn Beck's channel and go back to videos 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even 4 years ago. You'll see.
Last year, they're paying 18% more for meat and fish than they were last year. And so those costs are creating what we call demand destruction. Housing is probably going to be the area that you want to focus on most because you had mortgage rates now at 5.5%, and that has put a sharp dent in what we were looking at to be a very strong housing market. Bottom line, this is what the Fed wants. That's why the Fed is slamming on the brakes on this economy with 75 basis point hikes 2 times in a row. We will likely see rates continue to go higher and an economy continuing to slow.
And this is it, man. This is what it is. This is America right now. We're going through inflation, recession. I mean, folks, I mean, the definition is there. I'm going to follow what the definition says, okay? People, we like to redefine things and change pronouns and all that, man, in this new administration or new political realm. It is what it is. It's 2 consecutive, just like they say in a test. If you fail 2 questions out of 10, it's you got an 80%, okay? If you got 2 incorrect out of 10, that's an 80%. You can't say, we got two wrong, but it's not really that bad because the one of them that I got wrong, it was the closest to it pretty much was close to the answer. Like, that make no sense, man. I mean, I hope that kind of made sense when I said it as well, but I was trying to come up with it from the top of my head, but whatever. But I just don't get it, like, that make no sense, man. All right, at all. It's a recession. We're in a recession, and we've been in a recession for probably, in my opinion, we've been in a recession all year, okay, all year. Yeah, the data may show something different. I mean, look at me doing the same thing. No, we was not in a recession, okay? But I feel like it's been a little longer than that, So I'd say realistically we've been in a recession pretty much, you could say, all year long, because if we had 2, yeah, I'm correct. We've been in recession all year long. Yes, I am right. Even though the first quarter the first quarter was I think negative 1.3. I believe it was negative 1.3. The first quarter was negative 1.3, right? Second was negative 0.9. So basically, in my opinion, even though the data is showing, it says 2 consecutive quarters, right, will, makes it a recession, then, pretty much the recession could have started in the first quarter, based on what's going on and everything, gas prices, food, all of the things regarding energy and all that, So the recession really started when that first quarter was already, going into the red, when things was going bad, especially when March came along with the conflict with Russia and Ukraine. But so as you can see, man, people are paying more for everything. You're paying more for cars, new cars. Anytime gas goes up, okay, you're paying more for everything. Okay, period. Gas goes up 50%, you're going to be paying about 20 to 30, 40% more for certain things. Okay, I mean, the reason why egg is going up because oil is required to produce and the process. Okay, let's just say the process. Oil is required. Okay, in the process of getting eggs to Publix or to get it in Target and Walmart and all these supermarkets. All right, okay. A lot of oil is used from the time that egg is hatched. I mean, not hatched. Is processed from the chicken, okay, body, and then it becomes an egg, or it comes out. Basically, from that time until it's at the store, a lot of oil is used in between that, okay, time frame, that time of that process, okay. So anytime oil goes up, man, everything goes up. So just believe, even your favorite Jordans and your favorite Nikes, all that, it's gonna cost more. Even if you ordering it from Amazon with the Prime, where you get the free delivery and all that, it's still gonna cost more, okay? So this is what's happening, man. Okay, and how is it affecting other people? How is it affecting the world? Okay, for example, I want you to check out this story right here. All right, this story right here. You gotta, this story right here is crazy, man. Okay, this is about an Asian woman, okay, that worked her family. This is, she inherited the business from her father. All right, real estate tycoon, big money, okay, big money, like we talking about billions. All right, and this video is from We Are News, and this all has to do with the inflation and the global recession and what's going on, okay. And this is, she's one of the richest people on the planet. She's actually Asia's richest woman, based on the title. That's what it says, okay? So I'm going to play the video right now. This is from WeOn. Subscribe to WeOn, one of my favorite platforms, if not my favorite. And the title of the video is How Asia's Richest Woman Lost 50% of her Fortune. And she lost all of this within about a year, basically pretty much, all right? You're going to hear, I didn't watch this video, but I knew about it from watching other videos, okay, prior, because a lot's going on with the real estate market overall, okay, globally.
Have you ever got this advice? If you're watching us from India, real estate is the best investment. Have you ever got this advice? If you're watching us from India, I'm sure you can relate to this. There are many who still consider buying property as the best form of investment. Some even feel it is safer than parking cash in a bank, that the property sector will never collapse. The richest woman in Asia thought so too. She has now lost half of her fortune. This is the story of Yang Huiyan. Like I said, she's the richest woman in Asia, but today she can barely hold on to that tag. Yang has suffered a loss of almost $12 billion. How did that happen? All thanks to the collapse of the Chinese property sector. Yang had inherited her wealth from her father, Yang Guoqiang. He is the founder of a company called Country Garden. It's China's biggest property developer. In 2005, Yang Sr. transferred his shares to his daughter. She's now a majority shareholder in Country Garden. Last year, her net worth stood at around $24 billion. Today, it has dropped to $11.3 billion. It's a fall of 52%. What explains this collapse? The turmoil in China's property.
Man, a lot of people, portfolios, investment portfolios, real estate portfolio is down about that, 52%. Some people portfolios are down even more. Okay? It's crazy out here.
Sector. Country Garden has managed to avoid the storm so far, but the company is struggling. They made an announcement recently. They will sell their shares to the public. Why? Because they want $343 million. The company seems to have run out of cash. It needs money to pay its debts. Country Garden is the second most indebted developer in China. How much does it owe? At least $220 billion until last year. That was the debt.
220 billion. Wow.
The company has not defaulted, but it needs money to service future loans. It also wants funding for future projects. And no one is willing to lend to Chinese developers these days, not even Asia's richest woman. So the only way for Country Garden to raise money is perhaps by selling shares. Yang Huyan has become the face of China's real estate crisis. Her swift decline is a major red flag for many. It underlines how the crisis in China's property market could damage its financial system. If China's largest property developer cannot raise cash today despite zero defaults, it means that Chinese banks are reeling too.
And there's a lot of news and articles going on around about the banks, about other real estate businesses and companies over there in China. So it's a global thing, man. A lot of people are dealing with this issue, man. A lot. Okay. So it's I've never seen it like this. It's like makes no sense, man. I've never seen it like this. All right. So this right here is this is the video I just played, right? Okay, we're talking about like a lot of countries are seeking loans from the IMF, right? As well, because the crisis is times 20 all over the world. Okay, for a lot of people. Okay, after Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Ghana, Egypt. I was shocked to even see that Egypt is on the verge of bankruptcy. Okay? I've never seen it like this before, ladies and gentlemen, right? But I'm going to play this video real quick. This is about Bangladesh, okay? And this is going to tell you about what's going on with them as well. And it's related to everything. It's all connected.
Bailouts. It seems like another South Asian country needs money. It started with Sri Lanka, then Pakistan, and now Bangladesh has reached out to the International Monetary Fund. Dhaka too wants a loan. And not too long ago, Bangladesh was one of the fastest growing economies in the world. At one point, it was doing better than India.
Wow. And I've seen a lot of the countries that was like one of the fastest, because Ghana is on that list of countries that was on one of the fastest, and now they're on the list of a country that's going bankrupt. And the same thing is happening to Bangladesh.
What happened then? Why does Bangladesh need an IMF loan now? The global economic crisis is hurting it. Bangladesh is running low on foreign exchange. It wants more dollars. 8 days ago, Dhaka had almost $40 billion in its reserves. That's only good enough to cover imports for about 5 months. The reserves are depleting fast. There are two reasons for that. Number one, rising inflation, especially the cost of fuel. Dhaka is spending more on its imports, so the reserves are being used up quickly. Problem number two, falling remittances. Less money is flowing into Bangladesh from overseas. Remittances fell by 5% in the month of June. So Dhaka basically now has less dollars in its reserves, and this has led to shortages. In recent weeks, there have been long blackouts across the country, sometimes for up to 13 hours in a day.
Same thing's been happening in Ghana, according to, some of the peoples I know and some of the news that I've been looking up.
There are reports of rationing too. Tens of thousands of mosques have received instructions. They have been asked to cut down on the use of air conditioners. Officials want to put less pressure on the power grid. That's because electricity production cannot keep up with the demand. Diesel power plants have been taken off the grid. Some gas-fired plants are also not operating. Why? Reports say there's a shortage of diesel and gas supplies, so the plants are unable to operate.
So, as I played that, I mean, Bangladesh going through a shortage for diesel, and also diesel is also very high here. So it's causing a lot of trucking companies to go out of business or to pretty much scale back on distribution or deliveries, man, because it's crazy. The price is crazy out here, or what it was crazier than what it is right now. It's a little bit less. But I mean, there's some issues right here with diesel in the U.S. So if we're talking about Bangladesh having issues with it, then we're talking about Nigeria and other countries in Africa, and we're also talking about some places in Europe is having issues with diesel. Okay, I've never seen it like this before.
All of this is happening due to the shortage of dollars. Finance Minister A.H.M. Mustafa Kamal spoke out yesterday, and I have that statement with me. This is what he said. We can't print dollars. We have to earn them.
Shots fired right there. Shots fired right there. And this is what's happening in Zimbabwe and along with other places where the currency of the country, inflation is so high, and in comparison to the U.S. dollar and everything and what's going on here, it just doesn't make sense for them to even use their own currency.
We earn dollars by the hard work of our people who work or do business abroad. They are the driving force of our economy.
So as you hear, and we'll see if you watch the clip, it's just crazy, man. There's a shortage of everything, and there's also a shortage of Hershey, okay? And Hershey warns that there'll be a shortage for Halloween holidays. This is what I'm talking about. So you're talking about Christmas, Thanksgiving, and even including Halloween will be affected by the inflation and what's going on with supply chain as well. And that's another problem that we're not talking about, supply chain.
Manufacturer Hershey's has warned of a shortage of sweets over the Halloween holiday period as it struggles to ramp up supply. Hershey's CEO, Michelle Buck, says the company has found it more difficult to secure ingredients due to the Ukrainian war. And she added that Hershey sources its equipment and supplies from Germany. Due to Russia cutting the gas supplies, as we discussed before, the company is unable to produce efficiently.
So with them not being able to produce efficiently, and this right here shows you, okay, this right here shows you what Trump was talking about, and a lot of people don't like Donald Trump, but what he was talking about, America first, it makes sense, because if you have everything made in your country, regardless how much you have to pay people extra, when times like this, in situations like this occur with, wars and countries with sanctions and stuff like that, you wouldn't have to deal with the BS.
Everyday and holiday products uses the same manufacturing lines. The firm has chosen to focus on everyday treats instead. Regardless of supply shortages, the company has recorded a net sales jump over 19.
I don't even know if Hershey is from America, okay? And I'm saying all that, but even though it makes sense what I'm saying, period.
% up to $2.4 billion. The Halloween holiday is nonetheless crucial for Hershey's and accounts for around a tenth of the company's annual sales. Meanwhile, Nestle says it's increased product.
So you see, Hershey got problems, right? So if you're talking about Halloween is a tenth of the, so that means if they don't do well Halloween this year, things is gonna look bad next year, okay? And the way it's looking, they're not going to be doing good because of the sanctions, and also because supply chain, and also because they can't get the ingredients they need to make as much as the demand. So if there's no demand, the demand is there, but there's no supply, you already know what's going to happen. So now they about to say something about Nestle.
Prices again because of unprecedented costs. CEO Mark Schneider says
it's like I told you, gas goes up, everything goes up. How they make the chocolate, they use oil and gas. How they deliver it, oil and gas.
The price increase is made to limit the impact of inflationary pressure.
And chocolate look like gas. somewhat
pressures and
mud.
supply chain constraints.
So I just wanted to play that to show you that if it's a shortage of chocolate, or for Hershey, which is one of the biggest companies, okay, the biggest chocolate companies, then it's a shortage for Nestle. What's the other one? Mars, okay? All the other ones, they all gonna be facing the same thing, okay? If you're a small chocolate company, you're probably going out of business. There's a lot of layoffs and going out of business because that's going to go down during this recession and this potential, depression, whatever you want to call it. All right. So that's that, right? So, so much news platforms are reporting this right now, the recession and everything, and inflation. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's terrible. Things got to get better. Anyways, okay, this is just our current reality, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, it's the reality that we may not like and love, but we are part of this planet, and as one human species, or whatever you want to say, peace and prosperity and progress is the most important things that we need to focus on. And if there's any way that we can actually get, like, these things straightened out before the end of the year, that'd be nice, man. That the peace in Ukraine and Russia, the situation with Taiwan and China, and that we just get these countries back in order somehow, some way. Maybe it'll be cryptocurrency. We just hope cryptocurrency bursts, and then everybody that invested early gets rich, and then we go fix the world. We don't know. I'm just talking. But at the end of the day, man, I do appreciate everybody that have supported the show and have watched, and that listened, and that subscribed, hit the bell, comment, shared it, all of that. We do appreciate you, greatly appreciate everything you have done for us and supported Afrivue in the past, and you continue to support us in the future, man. We hope so. And other than that, man, I'm going to leave you all my 3 favorite quotes like always, man. Starve your distraction, feed your focus. Second, have a purpose, keep working. And last, killing time kills success. So stop killing time with people that don't support you, love you, and most of all, that don't want to see you do good. I'm out.